What is up, everybody, and welcome to Everything's Plastic. Today we're going to be taking a look at a McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, and this is the awesome Godspeed. We'll get a closer look at that packaging. We have Godspeed on this side. Awesome image of the figure on the back here. And Godspeed DC Rebirth on this side. Nothing to see on the top. And here you go for you barcode fanatics. Here's a nice barcode. Yeah. Alright guys, not much else to see with this packaging, so we'll be right back with Godspeed outside of the package to get a closer look. Alrighty everybody, we are back and we have Godspeed outside of the package. So we'll start off by getting a closer look at those accessories. So we have this DC base that we see with all these DC McFarlanes. We have these speed effects, lightning effects, whatever you want to call it. These are pretty cool, just translucent yellow tinted plastic. Not bright yellow. I think if we add a brighter kind of yellow, it will look 10 times better. And we have this awesome trading card, which is the exact same image that's on the back, and a quick little read up there on the back that gives a rundown who Godspeed actually is. And I think these trading cards are fantastic, man, especially like I said, someone that's not typically into all of these DC characters. Gives you a nice bio of who Godspeed actually is. So yeah, if you want to read it, pause it here now. Other than that, guys, let's get a closer look at Godspeed. I gotta say, man, this one is an awesome looking figure. I really like the white and gold. The only downside is, like, on the back of the packaging, it shows that it is a bright yellow or a bright gold color. On this one, it's more of a dark gold color. I think the brighter yellow or gold would make this one pop a lot more. Other than that, though, like I said, it still looks pretty awesome, man. I'm actually really digging this figure. But yeah, closer look at this one all around. Everything on this one that is painted nice. For the most part, we have a few smudges here and there, but most of the paint is nice and clean. We do have some texturing in different parts of the suit, so it's not all one flat piece of white plastic or off-white plastic, whatever you want to call it. Some texturing in on the side here. We do have all the muscles and everything else sculpted inside, which looks fantastic. We have some texturing here and some texture up to the other part of the suit as well. The gloves do look cool, but I'm loving that face sculpt, man. I think that looks awesome. Probably one of my favorite parts is the eyes and the overall sculpt of that face. Awesome. Alright guys, we had a closer look at this one overall. Let's go over articulation. So for his head, it goes back this far, down this far. You do get some side to side and a full rotation. So awesome range of motion out of the head. For his shoulders, it goes up this far. We do have a butterfly joint, and the only thing with this butterfly joint, it's kind of weird, kind of pops out. So be very careful with this one. Kind of take your time when you're going back and forth and using that butterfly joint. It does stick, it does get in the way a little bit, and when you go really back or really stretched out, it looks super ugly. There is a butterfly joint nonetheless. Ugly or not, it's there. Not really a fan of that, but his arms do go up this far. There's a rotation at the base. You have a bicep swivel that goes all the way around. Yeah, that joint is really bugging me. For his elbows, we do have double jointed pinned elbows, which you get awesome range of motion out of. And for his wrist, we do have a pivot here, and we do have a little peg here as well. So you get a full rotation down here, full rotation here, and you get a ratchet joint that goes back and forth. So pretty cool, pretty decent range of motion. And like we get with most of these McFarlanes, we do have two ball joints. So we have a ball joint up here, so it goes back this far, forward this far. You do get some side full rotation if you want it. So for the bottom ball joint, it actually goes back this far, forward this far. You do get some side to side out of that one as well. And this one has a full rotation too if you want it. So with both joints combined, it goes back this far, so awesome range of motion there. It goes forward this far, pretty decent side, and to the other side. So awesome range of motion, man. Really digging this figure. For his legs, you get an awesome split out of that. It's forward this far, back this far, so a little bit restricted going back. There's full rotation as well if you want it. Double jointed pin knees, awesome range of motion. You get a full range of motion out of that. And for his ankles, you do have a swivel up top here, which you get full rotation, and you have full rotation out of that rocker. And it goes back this far, forward this far, and for his toe hinge, it goes forward this far. So I gotta say, man, really nice articulation with this one. The only thing that I wish McFarlane would add to his figures is a upper thigh cut. I really like when there's a cut up here. If not having a cut up here, definitely having a cut just below the knee, just to get a little bit of added articulation. Sometimes the legs on these are turned over to the side and you can't really get a full range of motion, and you can't get them to stand naturally, but I gotta say, this one doesn't have that issue. I think this one looks fantastic. Alright, for these accessories, these kind of just pop on. I should have looked at someone else's review, but or at least some pictures, but as far as I know, it kind of pops onto his leg, and then this one up here is kind of smaller again, so I would assume that this kind of wraps around his arms just a little bit, so you can kind of give the speed effect. Doesn't really work that well though, in my opinion, but maybe you just have to play around with it just a little bit more. This part doesn't want to wrap around. It looks like this part here should wrap around, and it looks like it would fit to the contour of his leg, but when you wrap it around, it doesn't really stick on, so it's kind of weird. Either way, not going to waste too much time on that. I'm sure there's other pictures, but as for right now, I'm kind of stumped. And yeah, I know I should have definitely did a little bit of research before I started to review this one, but hey man, I review action figures, but I never claim that I know everything about these action figures. I just want to give you guys a closer look and give you guys my opinion on these overall, just in case you're on the fence about picking these up. This one stands perfectly fine without the stand, but if you want to put them on the stand just to get that little bit of added stability, then that works perfectly fine as well.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, quick update. After I did the review, I kind of played around with the effects a little bit more, and I managed to kind of get them to stick on. So yeah, just give you guys a rough idea of how you can just place them on. I don't know why I had issues throughout the review, but I'll add this clip in just to give you guys a rough idea of what you can do with it. I'm sure there's better placement, but yeah, as for right now, this is what I got figured out. Play around with it, figure out what way you want to do it, what way it looks best for you, and just go with it. I am not a crazy poser by any means. Most of my figures are actually standing in vanilla pose because I am super boring. But other than that, guys, yeah, that's what he looks like with his effects kind of placed on him in a very crappy way. Alright everybody, just to do a few quick comparisons, here we have them next to Grant Gustin versions of The Flash from the awesome TV series. We have Godspeed, we have a G.I. Joe Classified Crimson Guard, and over on the far right here, we have the Mongo Megafig. So just give you guys a quick comparison of a 6-inch figure, a average 7-inch McFarlane, and a Megafig from McFarlane as well. So we can see that this one is pretty average for all 7-inch McFarlanes, and just a tad bit taller than a 6-inch G.I. Joe Classified. Obviously 7-inch line, 6-inch line. Just want to give you guys a quick comparison of the two. That pretty much wraps up our unboxing and figure review for the McFarlane DC Multiverse Godspeed. Overall, I'm going to give this one a 8.5 out of 10. The only real issue with this one, I don't really like the accessories. Overall, this one looks fantastic. The paint application on this one's great. The articulation is great, with the exception of those butterfly joints. Those butterfly joints are horrible on this one. Maybe I just got a defective figure, but his arms do pop off, and it just comes out of place, and it gets stuck, and yeah, it's just a really awkward butterfly joint. So that definitely impacts the score a little bit. And is these accessories. I'm not crazy about these accessories at all. So yeah, I think 8.5 out of 10 is a pretty fair score for this one. So as always, let me know in the comments below what you think of our score of 8.5 out of 10. Let us know what you think of this review, and let us know what you think of this awesome action figure. If you liked the review, don't forget, hit that like button, and that subscribe button is there as well if you guys want to hit that and subscribe to the channel. As always, my friends, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day and watching our review. And we hope you enjoyed this review, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Keep collecting, stay safe, go buy some toys.